All right, round two for the day. Let's see what we've got going on. Looks like this video will probably consists of continuing to chip away at the shop GUI. I can go into the game, check out the shop GUI. Maybe we'll get a cursor in. I guess that can come later. But so we have that. Go to buy. I kind of want the cursor now just to increase legibility. So what I'm going to do is go here. I think I have a file already, but let's do like cursor hand. Let's get a, yeah, something like this. I feel like this is the one I used, but I squashed it. So we'll go and do that. I might take a look at itch. Actually, itch is kind of hard to find things like that. So we'll just roll with that. There's also cursor packs we could look at. I want more of a pixel art. Oh, here we go, pixel. Oh, Kenny, all right, Kenny. You do have a right facing. Um, let's go with the glove. These are pretty nice though. Pretty nice. But we're going for a pretty authentic pastiche of Final Fantasy. So I think they said this is 32 by 32. Yep. So what we're going to do is plop that into a sprite. Technically I'm using lever sprite, but all right. And then we're going to do a quick, I think canvas. No, we want sprite size. Let's just try half. So we'll do 16 pixels. And then, because 32 is going to be too big, I think. I'm just going to try and clean this up a bit. This might not even work for what I need. Let's look at the original again. It's not too bad. Yeah, just to get us started, we're going to save this as and cursor 16. I want to get that. Excuse me. I guess for now I can just go into downloads. We'll move it later. Let me export that. All right, cool. So there's the original. Here's the new one. It's going to go into GUI art. And just to show you real quick what it's going to be like, it's going to be like that. So that's our cursor, but it's going to be a texture rect. And we're going to call this cursor. Just cursor for now, it's easy. Give it that sprite. Go top left. And I just like to squash this, so you don't really have to, but so we have that. And save that to the GUI. Now we can instance that. I think how do we want to handle that? I think we can put it in each GUI. Oops, I put the picture. Does that mess us up? I don't think it did anything because I went like that. Yeah. What I meant to do is take that. You can see that plops in. We can stage it so that it's on default there. A little bit higher. I don't know. We'll roll with it. So it's going to need a script. Let's call it. And we got to do move to node. So it's going to be a node control, and that's it. It's going to be global rect global position equals going to be node dot rect global position plus an offset, which we're going to set. Or let's just do. We'll try it rect size times 0.5. So we're putting it in the middle. That's incorrect. We'll handle the offset separately. Maybe we'll just code it. Console offset 2. I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. We're gonna say like negative. Can I do rect size? Negative 16 and it's like 4. Maybe 8. Add offset. And constant must be assigned immediately. It's vector 2 equals vector 2. Yeah. So we go, I think on menu, anytime focus is entered, we want to update the cursor position. So maybe actually we handle that in the shop GUI. So up here, options. Let's do this. Options. We'll do it down here. So need a reference to the cursor. That's going to be a button. Okay. Test that out. Alright, so it's working. It's just our offset's off. And I think I can change that. This might not need any of that. Let's see if that updates. Yeah, it did. It's actually going to be like -2 on that. We're going to plop it up. And this needs to be about -18. That looks pretty good. See how cool that is? Interesting that it goes higher on these. Like, I don't know why it's not centered on that. Must be because they're stretching up. Let's do this on rect size. 5. This should account for that. I'm not 100% sure. Whoops. It's just a little bit too much. It's really not. It's not a good way to handle this. Yeah, let's do that. Let me look at this picture again. It does have extra space there. Let's just roll with that. I think I know the problem. We go up to the top, or options rather. We look at this, you can see these guys are expanding vertically. We don't want that. What we want is shrink center. That should give us the correct offset. You can see it already fixed itself. I think this is pretty cool. For reference, let me check. I want to make sure we're not copying that Final Fantasy hand too much. No, I think it's different enough. All right. So shop type, we need to set that. I want to get that text fixed. And so maybe the shopkeeper can handle that. Maybe the inventory does. I like that better. We're gonna have shop player. This is wrong. It needs to be say, yeah, we'll call it general shop armor or equipment, and then player will be at the end. And now when we initialize, we want type int equals 0, so -1. I think we'll do type first. Type. Duplicate. We don't have a duplicate, so we don't need to worry about that. Man, excuse me. I don't know if we want defaults in this. Let's go to data. Inventory new. It's going to be player. Oh, maybe this can be empty by default. Do if item names. Item names return. Do if item names dot empty. And this needs to be inventory player. New, it's going to be inventory armor. And this will be inventory dot general. So the GUI can use that. Now that we have those types, we can use that to set the shop type text. So we're going to need a reference to that. And that is at the very top. So I'm going to put it at the top here. That's going to be shop type label. Then when we set, excuse me, set inventory, we call set items, and we want to do shop type.text equals. Think how to handle that. Do match inventory type. Inventory general. Yes. Actually, no. Put that up. Items. Just call it items for now, at least. Dot armor or equipment. Type dot text equals equipment. Dot player. Actually, it's not going to equal that. So we can do invalid. Let's see if that works. What's wrong? Armor, equipment. Okay. See? Easy enough. One dagger. Maybe we even call it armor. Okay, cross that off the list. Buying and selling. Before that, we need updating money text, which also means in data, we're going to put money. Let's call it player money. We're going to give them 1,000. Yeah, give them 1,000 for testing. And so now we can access that in the shop GUI. Money label, give it this. I want this to have some functionality. I want it to update on its own. We're going to give it a function like set money. This is going to be an int, and then it's going to be text equals string n. And set money. We'll just do it immediately for now. I'm not going to use rolling text at the moment. So set money, then we do function ready. We call set money. That's going to be data.player.money. Data.player.money. Now really what I should be doing is we should have a signal in here. We can emit signal. Player money changed. And we might as well send it out. So money label can, instead of calling that, I guess I do need to call it right away. But we're also going to do data.connect player money changed self one player one data player changed. Okay. So now we don't have to manually update that. Anytime we call that, I might do set player money. Let's do it that way. Use n. And you're going to send that up. And down here, set get set player money. So that way, if we accidentally directly set player money without calling that, it'll still run that function. So we definitely want that signal to update. So shop GUI needs to clear the description at the beginning because we just have placeholder text. I don't know why that took longer. Okay. Fine. You see our money updated. Just need to add one thing. It's always going to be that plus G. Reload. And then we can tackle buying and selling. See how that text looks right. So when we click on an item, we're going to do a money check. If we have enough money, we will add that item to the inventory and subtract the cost. Otherwise, we'll play an error sound probably. It's going to be back into the shop GUI. When items button pressed, which by the way, I want to put options above this because that is the hierarchy. So it makes sense. Items button pressed. What we need to do is get the item. Copying that text. And this we can also do down here just to clean it up. So we get the item. We want to subtract the cost. We need to track which mode we're in. Are we buying or selling? So let's have a state. So then we do a check down here. Excuse me. Also need to state by. So. And here we do state by. State. I could put else, but it's just, to me, it's more legible this way. It's not really about efficiency for this. So for buying, we need to do a money check. And so it's going to be if data.player money is greater than item.price. We want to add that item to the inventory. So it's going to be data.player inventory add item. It'll be item.duplicate. And data.player money minus equals item.price. For selling, we're going to do item dot. Let me think about that. Data.player dot plus equals item.price. Inventory dot move item by name. That's going to be item dot name and 1. I'm going to make that real quick in inventory. Basically going to be the inverse of the function above it. So we do var item. I might even find item by name. Might have a better way of handling that. Because we can use the index of the current button. Which we can then use to access that item. So the item. We have to update item. It's going to be data.player inventory. Or we can just do that. Move item by index, and so it'll be index 1. Let's just copy that. Index and the items and dot quantity minus equals quantity. That has to be an int. We need to do if items, actually let's do this. Item only 0. Then we do items dot remove and and here we need to do, whoops, like item removed index. Think of the structure of that. We focus on the options. Set data to data.player inventory. Let's buy an item. All right, cool. Our money updated. It's acting like it wants to show up in there. So I think it's an issue with how we add the item. Get rid of that. So we don't have to duplicate it twice. Items that append new item, duplicate custom. Something breaking. So type, subtype, power, price, description. Dupe.name. Interesting. Let's try it again. Weird. Button focused. Set items. Items that size. Let's go from there. Okay. It's only adding one of those items. That's weird. It's like the duplicate is not working right. Oh, I used the wrong duplicate. Look at that. We might do this. Look at this. Sub-resources. That should fix that. Oh, okay, maybe that's not gonna work as far as getting an error. All right, so buy. So now we need to update when we sell those. Item removed, index. The shop GUI. Um, let's change that to item updated. Um,
Actually, I don't know if we need that. No, we do to get the item. Let's split it up then. So I don't need that. I think maybe the inventory can send out the item and the index. That way we can use it for, based on what we need. So we'll have that. Whoops. I have on items, index. If item.quantity equals 0, then we do items index I don't think we need the shop inventory. Whoops. What I'll do is I'll keep it in there in case we need it at some point. Oh. I also have to take this code out. Otherwise that'll throw an error if it doesn't have a signal for it. We're going to buy a few things. We're going to go to sell. Alright, so it's not updating. It's because I'm not sending out the item. Should work now. No. It's not even getting it. Oh man. It's a problem with these strings, but what can you do? Oh. That should do it. Yeah, baby. So we also need to hide. Let's reload that. Okay. Looks like we lose focus. we sell. Okay, that's fine. What we then have to do is items.get button focus. Because what was happening is we were selling that and then it loses focus. And for some reason it's not getting it again. Try yield per frame. It's not doing it, huh? Items.button focus. Oh. Oh, shoot. So we actually need to push all of the item buttons up. So instead of that, what we need to do is set items. It's going to be that'll roll. Gonna buy a few items, sell a middle one. Beautiful. There's an issue. If we hit the last one, we really need it to go back up. Do n minus equals 1. N greater than or equal to 0. And so we're going to keep shifting up if that button is not visible. We're going to sell all these, and it should go up the potion when I sell this. Perfect. It goes to the end when we have nothing to focus. So I think what we'll do is we'll check if the inventory is empty in the shop GUI, and then we'll go back to the menu, the options menu. Set items. If data dot player inventory dot empty. Options. I'll make this. We also want to check, we'll perform that same check when we press on these. We're going to split these up. Here. Sell that, you see it automatically goes back, and now I'm hitting enter, we're not going through. We can buy some items, and now we can go back in. We can sell these, we can exit. Be lots of them. Now for the player inventory, we also want to print out, actually for all these, we're going to print out stock over here. So when we focus on an item, that'll be in this function right here. We're going to update stock and equipped.
And so it's always going to be equals, nope, that's wrong. Let me look at that. We have get item. Like get item by name. Return the item. It's going to be actually we can do this. For item and items, it's going to be cool. We're going to do for item. Do if item. Let's call it existing stack. Here we're going to return null. So if we don't find any items, any item in items array that matches the name of what we're searching for, then we return null. Whoops. And that's going to be item.name. And if held item, yes, yes. And so now we need references to these. And keep it in order. So quantities are after prices, but before description. So we have stock in, oops, label equals this. Alrighty. We go down to our items button, focused. Down here, stock.text equals 0. Equipped.text equals 0. Oh, we also need to do equip checks. So that's going to be in another. Dot quantity, and we have to string that. We are schmoving. Alrighty, so if I buy, oh wait, how do I do that? That's why. Title. Yeah, this is wrong. Let's just do that. Go back to how we had it. And stop. My references were wrong. So go back up here. Just get rid of these. Label 2. Oh, we're going to call it value. Let me go back down to item button focused. That should work, and then we'll do equipped once we ensure this is working. I always like to work piece by piece. All right, see our stock. It's updating. We need to update it when we buy as well. I think we're going to need this a few times, so I'm going to make that up here. Maybe we pass in an item. And maybe it's better to pass in the item. Set stock, quantity on base, and oops. We go back down here. We can call set stock on held item. We take this. If item, we do that. Set inventory. Inventory connect. Now, when we buy or sell, we need to also update stock. Set stock item. And I think set items. Also call it here. Equals 0. Set stock. So we don't need to call it up there because it's going to call it on the new item. Theoretically. So we'll test that out by some stabs. All right, so 3. That's not right. Why did it show 1? What? Oh, so we don't have it. Okay, I understand. Okay. So, why is that not updating there? It's not working. Because it's a duplicate. We need to start sending in the name. It's going to be an idle name. That's just a bit cleaner. Might as well show the quantity too. Shoot. Looks like it's working now. Alright, cool. Button focused. So let's stop. Maybe I'll call it either way, just to be safe. it's not working. I don't have to call it there because we're calling it here. Really, I think we just need it on focus. No, that's not right. Need it on both. Okay. Cell 1, 2, 3. Items button focus. That worked. Wow. Wow, that's a lot we got done there. Stat changes. It might be for next video. All of this. I think that's definitely what we'll begin with. Like drawing the characters and showing whether or not they can equip something and what the stat benefits would be. Additionally, the general item store does not need that down here. So we could give additional space to up here, or I don't know. Maybe sometimes the general store will have equipment, and so we need this anyway. Figure that out. But that's good progress. Gonna end it there. Let me know if you have any questions. Take it easy.